Egypt and China just conducted a massive military exercise extremely close to Israel's border. This follows several months of Egypt majorly ramping up its military presence on the Israeli border. What on earth is going on? Let's get into it. I'm Justin Hilton, and this is the Israel Guys. Welcome back to the show, guys. It's great to be back again with you today on the show. I want to talk about something that's not getting nearly enough attention in the mainstream media. China and Egypt just conducted their first ever joint military exercise, and it was right near Israel's southern border. The exercise was called Eagles of Civilization 2025. Don't ask me why it was named that. And it took place at the Wadi Abu Rish Air Base in Egypt, just about 100 kilometers from the Gulf of Suez. What's especially notable here is the scale and sophistication of this drill. I'm no military expert, but this honestly just seems pretty crazy. I got this from Israel's Channel 12 News. They said the drill featured Chinese J-10C fighter jets, refueling aircraft, and KJ-500 airborne early warning planes, as well as Russian-made MiG-29s operated by Egypt. The exercise marks the first overseas deployment of China's KJ-500, a platform similar to Russia's A-50. Now, why does this matter for Israel? Well, first of all, this is a new level of Chinese military involvement in the Middle East. Analysts are saying that this is part of China's broader strategy to build influence in the Middle East and Africa. Former U.S. CENTCOM commander General Joseph Votel even said that China is positioning itself as a viable military supplier and strategic partner, especially to countries like Egypt. He said this, quote, "This is a reminder that our partners have options. China is positioning itself as a viable military supplier and strategic partner." Secondly, and perhaps more importantly for Israel, this took place extremely close to the border with Israel. Israeli defense officials have been worried for a while now about Egypt's growing military presence in the Sinai. Videos have come out in the past month of them amassing very large amounts of troops and tanks and armored vehicles and stuff like that. This is definitely concerning, something to keep an eye on, and that we'll be monitoring here at the Israel Guys, so make sure and get subscribed to stay tuned with what is happening here. We're going to get into the latest on the ceasefire negotiations, including Egypt's involvement in that in just 1 second. But first, did you know that you can own real, authentic soil from the Temple Mount in Jerusalem? In the late 1990s, the Islamic Waqf removed thousands of tons of soil from the Temple Mount and dumped it in the Kidron Valley just outside the old city of Jerusalem. While sifting through the soil in the years since, Israeli archaeologists have discovered hundreds of thousands of priceless treasures and artifacts that shine a new light on all kinds of details previously unknown about the first and second temples. What's even crazier is that the leftover soil from the sifting project is now, for the first time ever, available for you to own as individually authenticated pieces of history. With this jewelry, for the first time in history, you can own a piece of the Temple Mount. What's even more amazing is that much of the proceeds from these products will go directly back into funding the ongoing sifting project in Jerusalem, paving the way for thousands of new exciting artifacts to be discovered. Don't miss out on possibly the only chance in world history to own a piece of the Temple Mount and a beautifully packaged, one-of-a-kind piece of jewelry that bridges the gap between ancient history and the beautiful future in store for Jerusalem and the Temple Mount as a house of prayer for all nations. This is the only company in the world that owns soil from the Temple Mount. To find out more, visit templemountsoil.com or click the link in the description below. Use our exclusive Israel Guys discount code Israel10 to get 10% off of your order. That's templemountsoil.com or click the link in the description below. It would appear that Egypt has taken the lead in negotiations with Hamas. And while Israel and the United States are still obviously involved in the talks, the idea is that Egypt is able to more effectively put pressure on Hamas and agree to a deal and release the hostages and end the war. And already a report came out yesterday of a new ceasefire proposal made to Hamas. This is a quote from the BBC. A senior Palestinian official familiar with Israel-Hamas ceasefire negotiations has told the BBC that Qatari and Egyptian mediators have proposed a new formula to end the war in Gaza, According to the official, it envisages a truce lasting between 5 and 7 years, the release of all Israeli hostages in exchange for Palestinian prisoners held in Israeli jails, a formal end to the war, and a complete Israeli withdrawal from Gaza. Did you guys hear that right? A 7-year truce? Really? A complete Israeli withdrawal? I think the negotiators have really outdone themselves this time as far as showing their stupidity with these details. The BBC also reported that a senior Hamas delegation is expected to arrive in Cairo to discuss this proposal. At the time of recording, Israel has not yet confirmed any ceasefire arrangements. Thank God. Let's pray that they just completely ignore this whole thing because it would be absolutely disastrous for Israel. In some other news, a report just came out from a Saudi newspaper that said that just in the last 2 weeks, the U.S. has eliminated 500 members of the Houthi terrorist organization in Yemen, and this includes many high-level leaders as well. Yemen's information minister, Muammar al-Araini, he's in the actual government, not part of the Houthis. He said that the American strikes had, quote, targeted significant elements of Houthi military infrastructure, including command and control centers, training camps, weapons depots, and communication facilities. And he went on to say, this is not just Yemen's war, it is a battle for the international order, for freedom of navigation, and to protect the region from the expansion of the Iranian regime and its terrorist militias. Guys, I want to end the show with a very, very serious breaking news story. So, for the first time ever, a ring-tailed lemur was found in a private home in Netanya last night during a police house search. Yeah, a ring-tailed lemur. So the police were searching the home of a suspect thought to have helped plant a bomb that went off last week in the central town of Evan Yehuda when they found a bunch of exotic animals, including a ring-tailed lemur, several finches, chameleons, and a stuffed deer's head. I think this man would be doing good if that was the worst thing that the police found that night. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to grab your very own piece of the Temple Mount. Use code Israel10 at templemountsoil.com. Get 10% off your order. Subscribe, share this video with a friend if you enjoyed it. Get that conversation going down in the comment section below. If you'd like to support our work here at The Israel Guys, head over to theisraelguys.com/donate. And as always, stop listening to those lies and propaganda. Connect with the truth of what is happening here in Israel. We'll be back soon here at The Israel Guys. Catch you in the next one.